Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Kristen, and today we're going to do a swatch and set. So Born Pretty was kind enough to send me their Mambo Ice collection. So we're going to go through all of the shades and then we're going to do a set. So if all of that sounds like a good time, be sure to subscribe and stick around for more. Let's jump right in with shade number MY59, which is one of my favorites. It's kind of like a tan champagne color. And what I find really unique about this collection is that first I noticed silver and gold reflex right away. So the cat eye reflect is very icy and silver, but suspended in the formula itself are these flakes of gold that don't move when you use the magnet. So I found that these had a very beautiful effect of the cat eye plus the golden flakes of glitter. The combo of the super fine cat eye reflect plus those gold flakes make these shades really unique to my cat eye collection. Isn't this one just so beautiful? Moving along, we've got MY60, which is a very beautiful muted pink, which very much reads as an everyday color. Like if I was still an office girly, this would be my go-to shade. And before I forget, I have a code and an affiliate link with Born Pretty, which will be listed below in the description. They are one of my favorite brands, and when it comes to their cat eye gels, they're always very easy to apply, and the magnet particles are always very easy to move around. They also sell the magnets, and the magnets that I use all the time are from Born Pretty. I've struggled before buying magnets from like Temu or AliExpress, and they're just not strong enough. So, if just in case you're having that issue, just go ahead and pick up one of the magnets from Born Pretty. I love this one. It's so juicy and dimensional. It's so pretty. Next up is MY63, which is another one of my favorites from the collection. This one is very cool gray purple. I felt like it was such a unique gray purple shade. My first impressions of this one were very futuristic, metallic, spacey vibes. And you can tell from all the swatches, the particles are just so easy to move around. I do the velvet effect for all my swatches just because that's how I've been doing my swatches for the last little while, and I keep all my Born Pretty cat eye swatches together and I just want them all to have the same effect. And next is MY61, which is a muted mid-tone green. To be fair, all of the shades in this collection have a very muted tone to them. This one had me thinking about the forest, the trees, and moss, stuff like that. I felt like this collection was very versatile in terms of you could use it during any season. Like, I felt like you could easily wear these spring, summer, fall, winter. Like, there's something about them that reads very all season. Up next is MY58, which is a very true gray shade. I loved how this one looked right out of the bottle. I could really see the play of the gold and the silver, and I love gray shades just in general. I was also feeling some of those futuristic metal vibes similar to the purple from earlier. The last one we're swatching today is MY62, which is a blue tone. I found this shade to be very special. I don't know, it had me feeling some kind of way, especially after you apply the magnet to it. There's something about the blue jelly base on this one that is just absolutely magical, and I could not get enough of that jelly color. It had me thinking about water, like sparkling ocean, crystals, very calming. Like, there's something about this color that I just want to live inside of. It's so gorgeous. So here's all the shades swatched together. Again, this is the Mambo Ice Collection. Let me know what y'all think of these. Would you buy them? Do you already have some? I think they're absolutely beautiful and such a lovely addition to my collection. So let's go ahead and start making a nail set. I'm going to be using the long almond nail tips from eNail Couture, and I'm just going to start by sizing them out. And while I'm getting these tips ready, I have an announcement. I finally became eligible to add memberships onto the channel. I'm so happy and grateful that I finally hit that milestone. So, if you're interested, go check out the memberships on my page. I've got two tiers. I'm hoping that they're very affordable, and one of the tiers will give you access to additional videos and shorts, which I will definitely be doing just for my beloved members. Just a big thank you to everyone who has been watching me since basically the beginning and have been supporting me, encouraging me to keep going. Doing YouTube isn't always easy. I think it would be very easy to give it up kind of thing, but I've been able to keep going. I mean, partially because of my own determination, but also a big part due to the support I get from this community and my subscribers. So, thank y'all so much, and we're just going to keep going. I haven't completely decided if I'm going to keep my Patreon going or not. I set that up kind of like an in between until I was able to do the memberships, and I ended up getting that membership ability sooner than I expected. So, for those of you who are on my Patreon, feel free to cancel it and move over to the YouTube one if you want. And then I'm just going to kind of see how the next month or two goes, and I might end up getting rid of the Patreon altogether. I'm not totally sure yet, but I'll keep you updated, definitely. But back to the nails, I'm going to be applying these with the taffy gel from eNail Couture. I just felt like it. I have a bunch of different ways to apply nail tips, and sometimes I just feel like using the nonstick gel. So that's what we're going with today. This stuff always has such a quick and easy application. Like, it doesn't take very long, and yeah, I don't know, it's just so easy. The reason I tend to use my more liquidy BT Art Box one is because it has really good retention. I don't always have the best retention when I use the nonstick gels, but that's probably a me problem. Okay, so that was basically a perfect application, went very smoothly. So just a couple more steps before I actually start painting these. I'm going to go ahead and completely buff the surface. I didn't have to do really any cuticle work because I had already thinned out the nail tips by filing them to be very thin around that cuticle area. And I really didn't have a lot of like leakage of the product. This product is really easy to wipe away from the sides, like, before you even cure it. And I'm going and doing a layer of base coat. I don't actually know if I needed to do this step because I had buffed the surface, but me and base gel just have this love affair, and sometimes I feel like I can't go without it. So I'm doing a thin layer of base coat to start. Okay, so these two were my favorite shades from the collection. So I was going back and forth between the two of them, but I ended up deciding to go with the deep gray purple color, MY63. So that's the color we're going to use today. I always start with my pinky and work my way over to the thumb. So we're going to start with our first coat, a thin layer on the pinky. I don't really love how you can see through the shade to like where the product is at the tip of the natural nail. But because of the design I was planning on doing, I'm not like worried about that. But yeah, I find jelly nails to be a little tricky because I don't want to see that product line from the application. But anyway, it's really a non-issue for this set. So I'm going through and we're doing the classic velvet effect until it looks nice and shiny in the way I want it to. I go straight up and down one side of the nail with the magnet, kind of like pulling it over close to the side, but not completely to the side. And then I do a few swipes on the other side to kind of pull it back over. Sometimes I have to go back and forth to get that perfect velvet effect, but I'd like to keep in, this is all real time, so you can kind of see how long it takes. Sometimes I go back and forth, sometimes I get it on the first try. Cat eyes take practice, and I only know how to do a couple of things with them so far. I'm going in with a second coat. We're gonna do the same effect. I don't know why, but I love this color for fall. I'm already very fall mindset. I'm already thinking about Halloween stuff, and yeah, for some reason I like this color for like a Halloween shade as well, and that is kind of going to be the vibe of today's set. Maybe I'm a little early, but I'm kind of like a Halloween all year round type of girl anyway. While I was going through and doing the velvet effect for the second coat, I was kind of like, ugh, I always do this effect. Like, I wasn't really feeling it. Like, maybe I should try something new. And then I had an idea that I should try that croc print magnet that I tried in my last video because I didn't really show it, or it was just briefly shown in that last video. And it's so interesting. So I did a little test nail here, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. So before I really get into it, I finished doing the second coat and the velvet effect on all the nails. And this is actually the third coat I'm going in with. So two coats of the velvet effect and then one final third coat that we're going to do the croc print. Now, to make this work best, you still kind of have to activate it like the velvet effect. Trust me, that works better. And then I'm going to come in like from the top and kind of pull the magnet down close to the nail, careful not to touch the nail itself. And yeah, that's how it's looking. And I'm like, you know what? Yep, let's do it. Because it's kind of like a combo of the velvet. You still get that velvet flash when you move it the right way. But then you also get these lines, which I just think is more interesting. So I like it. And we're going to go ahead and do that to all the nails. I genuinely love doing a patterned background before decorating. So now that these are all done, I have a few charms picked out and I'm just going to prepare them because I am wearing this set. I'm still wearing it while I'm doing this voiceover. I'm going to take a little bit more base coat and I'm going to do a thin layer of base coat down the center of these nails here. And normally I would use the Born Pretty base coat. I just ran out of it, so that's why we're using Madame Glam today. I also have a code for them, which will be listed in the description. And those of you who know, you know, I love base coat. And if I put a layer on my nail and then also do a layer of base coat on the back of the charms, they will literally never fall off. So, yeah, that's how I like to do it. After the base coat has been cured, I'm going to go ahead and apply these using the LGN Pro Bling It Gel. I'm at the very bottom of that tub of Bling It Gel, but luckily I still have two backups, so we're all good. I tend to move my hand all around to try to make sure that the charm is centered and straight before I cure it. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and place all these charms on. I love these handcuff charms. If you remember, I used them once before when I made that extreme Kuromi set. And yeah, my first time using them since, and they're super cute. After I finished placing this guy, I kind of changed my mind on the charm placement. So I'm going to take him off and I'm going to take the handcuffs off too. I actually decided I want these on the thumb instead, and I want the skeleton on the middle finger. Luckily, those were just flash cured. They weren't fully cured yet. But before I applied them again, I did fully cure the gel and file it down so that I could add more glue and apply the charms where I want them. So just a little switcheroo there. Once I have all the charms applied, I do go in with a small liner brush. I fill it with the Bling It gel and then I just like glob the glue in between any little cracks and crevices that might get caught in my hair or clothes. And this step is so key for making the set comfortable to wear. Like, I did not get it caught in anything yet. But anyway, that's it. So I'm creeping in with the finished set. I ended up adding some red accent rhinestones, and I think it really pulled the whole set together. The red and the purple together are like a very nice combo. This is like a perfect, relatively simple, spooky season set. It's very me. Like, this is the type of set I love making. And I really wanted to do something simple because the last two sets were very intense and very time consuming. So I hope you all like this one as well. And I set aside four of my favorite colors from the collection. So these were my favorites. And again, check out Born Pretty if you want to or if you like this collection. And if you made it to the end of this video, you're the best and I appreciate you so much. I hope to see all of you in the next one. Bye.